Hi, my name is Jonny White, and Sangha Life has kindly asked me to come back and offer you this course on trauma. We're calling this course Understanding Trauma and the Path to Freedom. The course runs over 4 weeks, and we'll be using live interactive sessions and Q&As, as well as work together in small groups in between the actual sessions to really look into trauma, to really try and understand trauma, both at the level of our kind of neurophysiology, of our bodies, of what happens to our bodies, but also what happens to our mind, to our sense of self, to our sense of world, actually, who we are in the world and how we feel ourselves to be. We'll be looking at ways that practice can really help us come into relationship to trauma, to come and settle ourselves, find the resources, the resilience, the equanimity that we need to compassionately come and turn around and be with overwhelming and difficult experience. We'll be looking at the ways that we can allow trauma to be felt safely without us re-traumatizing ourselves. We'll be looking at the ways that we can actually unlock trauma and let some of the energies that we have that are held tightly within trauma free themselves up and allow us to live lives that are more full and open and receptive and responsive. We'll be trying to understand histories and trauma, both through the kind of lens of one-off impact traumas, but also developmentally, and how trauma forms kind of complex systems inside ourselves that really bind up a perceptual sense of ourselves and realities, really project themselves out and create strong kind of incarnations, if you like, of suffering. We'll be also trying to look at trauma as a kind of global system, trying to understand the transgenerational nature of trauma, and find ways not just that we can live individually free of trauma, freer, but how we can sort of dwell in or indwell in this world together, how we can find ways to have resilience, openness and compassionate response to the world that we find ourselves in. So it sounds like a kind of heavy subject, but there's lots of opportunity here for expansion and liberation and opening up our body minds to a freer, more compassionate, more responsive way of being. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I really hope you will come and join me, and as we deeply dive into the world of trauma and freedom.